Minnesota Vikings are heading down to South Beach, and we're going to Miami for the Week 6 showdown against the 3-2 Miami Dolphins. But a valid question is, who are the Dolphins going to start at quarterback? Tua Tagovailoa, backup Teddy Bridgewater, hey Teddy, or rookie third-string, seventh-round pick Skylar Thompson coming out of Kansas State. Now, Tua Tagovailoa, of course, a couple weeks ago had, well, 3 weeks ago, had that back and ankle injury against the Buffalo Bills. Very scary. Then, of course, that Thursday night did not look good. A very, very horrific injury against the Cincinnati Bengals. And Tua reportedly is not ready for football stuff. Teddy Bridgewater still in concussion protocol because Teddy got dinged on one of the first plays of the game in the Dolphins' Week 5 matchup against the New York Jets. Hence, Skylar Thompson was pressed into duty. But just said duty. But the question is, who are the Vikings going to face under center Sunday against Miami? Now, I highly doubt it's going to be Tua, where even though head coach Mike McDaniel has made inferences that maybe Tua will be ready to go Sunday against the Vikings. He's progressing through the concussion protocol. He's in the building, etc. But I think the fact that the NFL and NFLPA have changed the concussion protocol, because, yeah, maybe the Dolphins did check all the boxes. Maybe all the independent people did their jobs, but it's just a fact that Tua should not have been on the field against the Bengals after the way that he looked against the Bills. It's just it's a horrible look. Sometimes you have to save the players from themselves. I mean, Tua, tough dude, wants to be there for his teammates for sure, but sometimes you got to save them from themselves, right? So I think that it would be just a horrific look for the league if Tua is cleared for Sunday. And I'm not even talking about like competitive issues against the Vikings. Putting all that aside, like thinking about Tua's actual long-term health, the fact that he'd be out there only a couple weeks after suffering probably a second concussion, what happens if he suffers a third? You know how the PR nightmare that would be for the league, as well as obviously how bad that would be for Tua's long-term health. So I don't think that they can do that. I don't think that it can be allowed. I think it potentially could be a disaster. So I think it's very unlikely that Tua is cleared. Now with Teddy, Teddy was pulled off the field because he looked woozy. He's going through concussion protocol. Now, of course, things are heightened because of the Tua situation. And I do think that potentially Teddy could clear for Sunday for the revenge game against the Vikings. And I like Teddy. I like that he's back home, has a good job with the Dolphins. He's back at home in Miami. The former 2014 number 32 overall pick by the Vikings was seen as the future franchise, but fortunately had that leg injury, that knee injury in practice 2016, and we'll never know. But I was a Teddy fan, and he was going to take a big leap in 2016, year 3, man. He had a good weight. His ball had more zip outside the numbers. He had an arm strength, so he was, but we'll never know. And then that precipitated Sam Bradford and then Case Keenum and then Kirk Cousins, so I don't know. I guess it sort of worked out. But I think that there's a decent chance that Teddy clears in time for Sunday. But there's also a chance that Skylar Thompson is going to be that guy out there. And the Dolphins starting a rookie 7th-round pick, probably not ideal. But also, what other options do they have? I mean, they could get a guy off the street, but he hasn't had the practice reps or training camp that Skylar Thompson did in the system. And frankly, I like Skylar Thompson at Kansas State. A 7th-round pick. I would have taken a 7th-round flyer on him. Threw for 7,000-plus yards for the Wildcats, 44 touchdowns. He was pretty interesting, pretty intriguing. But either way, I understand he got limited practice reps last week against the Jets. Did not look good in his debut. 19 out of 33 for a $166 and an interception. But, of course, we know the Vikings' track record against backup quarterbacks. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But watch the practice reports. I doubt that Tua or Teddy will be cleared on Wednesday or Thursday. Maybe that could be cleared by Friday. But like I said, I think it would be just a disaster for the league if Tua gets cleared and plays on Sunday against the Vikings. I think it's much more likely that you'll see Teddy potentially clear from his concussion, but you could also see rookie Skylar Thompson, which would be yum time for the defense. But watch practice reports. We'll keep you updated. Friday is the major one when they release game designations for Vikings versus Dolphins. But your thoughts are thoughts. Who are the Vikings going to face at quarterback on Sunday? Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work, put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol production value.